Well, hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we are back again with another round 4 full match, and this time it's Clash of Clans taking on Thekiryu. So they are fighting for the spot in top 8, and this is going to be the best of 5. I have not seen this match, so it is going to be interesting to see for myself, as well as I will do my best to provide as interesting commentary as I possibly can for you guys. So obviously Clash of Clans is going to be on the top left corner, Thekiryu on the bottom right corner. The aspect ratios are kind of a bit all over the place, so please do excuse the screens overlapping slightly. But here we are on match 1. First defenders being placed seemingly is going to be Thing, and Thekiryu is considering his options, and he's placing Crossbones. Crossbones is actually sneakily decently good defender that I personally like to place when I do have him in my deck as well, because he does have quite large health pool, and it can be quite tricky to deal with that guy at times, especially pending some nodes. But here we have Massacre against Crossbones and Hitmonkey against Thing. Ironically, that Crossbones could have taken Thing also very quickly if you have practiced that fight, but I do assume that Hitmonkey can potentially be faster. So with the Massacre against Crossbones, obviously the goal is to drop a big level 2 in the block, get your bat ignited, and with Hitmonkey it's just a pure slaughter fest. Enjoy the benefits of those bleeds, guaranteed critical hits, and disorient, all of which is working in favor for Hitmonkey not to worry too much about the rock stacks. Also, disorient can be helpful even if your hits would trigger protection, it can help it fail. And Hitmonkey is just the type of champion that does not really trigger things protection. And here you can see that Massacre is first to finish the fight in 37 seconds, and the Thing did trigger the protection at the very end. And both of these players fought absolutely excellently. However, Massacre does outpace Hitmonkey, and Clash of Clans takes this initial round. So there you go. Massacre better than Hitmonkey? Discuss. No, but I do genuinely start to believe that Massacre could potentially be well in top 5 skill champions when it comes to Battlegrounds specifically. So it's going to be interesting where I'm going to place him in the next top 10 skill rank up, top 10 skill video. So next up we have Nick Fury being taken with Kitty Pryde, and Penny Parker being taken with Massacre. Thekiryu has the Penny Parker fight, and Clash of Clans has to deal with Nick Fury. Now on the face here, I do think it is quite obvious that if everything does go according to the plan, then Thekiryu should be significantly faster. Because if you play Massacre well enough, then your base idea is fairly straightforward with Massacre. Just get to your level 2 and nuke down that Kitty like nobody's business. Also, Massacre hits quite hard through the block, which means you can get rid of the shield fairly quickly. Obviously, Kitty is also very safe and quite fast counter to Nick Fury. So it is a race. However, I still persist that inherent advantages here would be to whoever's doing this with Massacre. However, here we'll see how it ends. Ooh, there is a mistake. Kitty gets clapped and gets a light finish bleed. Luckily, he does phase in time. Here we have Massacre's level 2 in block. That Penny Parker is nearly dead. And let's see how this finishes out. Basically, just under a minute to dispatch of that Penny Parker, but Clash of Clans unfortunately there ends up eating that level 1, whilst phased though, taking no damage, but being pushed to level 3, and with the health loss, well, it is quite obvious where this round goes. So yet again, Massacre better than Kitty Pryde? Discuss. So far, whoever is using Massacre wins the match, wins the round, sorry. So, potential next rank 4? Maybe. Now, I do genuinely think that Massacre is one of the best attackers for Battlegrounds in general, overall, so far in virtually every meta. And here we can see that Massacre vs Kitty, easy clap. Easy clap. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the final rounds play off, considering that Clash of Clans has Human Torch in play. So you do need to, if Human Torch is present at round 3, you always need to be very, very careful. So we do have 2 Mystic Champion defense. We have Mordo and Wong, and we have Human Torch and Ultron. And again, here I think it is quite obvious which person has the advantage, at the very least on the paper. Obviously the Human Torch. However, speaking from very personal, painful personal experience, Mordo can be a son of a biznatch and not throw that special attack. I have genuinely lost rounds and matches because Mordo just won't throw his special, and I get wrecked. However, seemingly here Clash doesn't really have any such problems, and here we can see that within first 20 or 15 seconds of the fight, Mordo is already halfway dead, and that Human Torch is just going to take Triple U's lunch money and put it in the safe. Very straightforward fight here. Everything worked out perfectly, and that's 1 dead Mordo, whilst Wong still has about 70% of his health. Obviously, at this point, oof, that Wong is giving trouble there as well. If Triple U had managed to drop his level 2, then obviously he would have had a massive damage increase, and he would have at the very least finished his fight closer, but it still wouldn't have been 34 seconds. It is very cool to see Wong in one of these matches though, but here we are. Wongers is still alive, and Clash of Clowns is already celebrating his dub in the first match. Again, I do not know what the score exactly was in between these two people, so I do not know who will win which round, which match, in order to maintain intrigue, but here it is quite obvious that Human Torch was always going to be faster, unless Mordo ends up being an absolute beast. Let's move on to the next round then. Again, this is best of 5, so first person to 3 wins is advancing to the next round, to the top 8. In the last video, we saw Happy McMuffins go up against Tabasco Sauce, and Tabasco won. However, here we can see that the first defenders are being set, and it is Korg and Penny Parker. Again, against Penny, we have Massacre. Against Korg, we have Bishop. Ooh, this is actually quite close call. Both of these players have virtually perfect counters, and it all depends on who is going to execute their plans quicker. I'm not entirely sure who has the innate advantage. If that is a rank 4 Korg, then I would say that Massacre is probably potentially going to be quicker. Despite how it might initially seem against Korg, I personally have pretty much always find that it is easier to do this fight if you go for level 2s with Bishop. In Safeguard meta or something of the sort like that, level 1s might be better, but in general it is better to go for 2 level 2s and typically finish out the fight. And here we can see, however, that first level 2 being thrown. Korg is about halfway down, but here Massacre goes for his level 2, and that Penny Parker is just being absolutely whittled and smacked. However, the jabs there is not done. The Penny Parker shield does reform, and he does have to bait out the level 2, reignite his bat, get down off his shield, so that can all take time, and it is something that should obviously always be counted for. Here he's trying to bait out that level 2, and Penny is just unwilling to throw that level 2, and that is ultimately what seals the deal here. So Korg gets Bishoped faster in this case than Massacre does Penny Parker. Again, it did seem that Penny Parker AI was being quite stubborn here, and this is a dub for Clash of Clowns. Alright, so ultimately Massacre has brought shame to his winning streak. This is the first match where whoever used Massacre did lose that round. Now it's going to be interesting to see. We have Man-Thing that is going to be taken by Tigra against Nick Fury, that's going to be taken by that very awesome rank 4 Ultron. Rank 4 Ultron is a very cool rank 4 champion, And there are metas where I absolutely do love using the guy as well. In the previous Crit Me With Your Best Shot meta, I was running Ultron myself in my deck, even though mine is just a tiny rank 3. However, we can see that Clash of Clans is running Unawakened Tiger. If Clash of Clans Tiger was awakened, I would definitely bet on that. However, now it is going to be interesting, because if you're running Tiger Unawakened, then you basically have to throw 2 extra level 1s before you get to the starting position of an Awakened Tiger. So, well, huge respect to Clash of Clans for definitely, you know, being confident enough in his Tiger skills and running Unawakened Tiger in his Battlegrounds deck. I don't think I personally would do that, but then again, I'm likely nowhere near as good with Tiger as Clash of Clans is. However, there seems to be a bit of a stingy AI in that Ultron Nick Fury fight as well. He's going to try to get the 5th bleed before he throws his level 2. Obviously, as soon as he does throw that level 2, we can see Nick Fury's health is kind of starting to disappear. But at this pace, there is just no chance. Tiger finished the Man-Thing fight perfectly with 100% health in 50 seconds, being unawakened, which is impressive as fudge. Whilst Ultron just do not want to play ball too well. Now he does again get to throw his heavy attack before level 2, thus ensuring that he will have very significant damage output straight after that level 2 and will be able to finish out this fight, but it's just not fast enough. So that Ultron fight took 89 seconds by the looks of it compared to the Tiger's 50. So Tiger is better than Ultron. And Clash of Clans takes 2-0 lead here. Let's move on to the match number 3. New drafts, new hands, and both of them have to place their first defenders. First off, we have seen that Triple U places a bishop, Clash of Clans drops Penny. And it's going to be interesting to see how they counter against bishop. Seemingly, there are plenty of options in Clash of Clans. Offensive arsenal, it could be CGR, it could be Tiger, it could be Kitty Pryde. All 3 of those champions will do perfect job countering bishop. And now we're going to see who Triple U picks in order to deal with Penny Parker. And that is going to be Omega Sentinel. That's quite interesting. I think here Triple U is throwing away round 1 because CGR is obviously extremely fast and reliable bishop counter, and I think he realizes it. And with that, seeing that he might not need Omega Sentinel for the latter fights, he just decided to throw it in the Penny fight, do the best he can. Obviously, as you always should do, you never know when your opponent messes up, and you know, you should not kind of like randomly just completely give up. It's one of the bigger mistakes that often costs, because no matter how badly you are doing, you never know if your opponent is not doing worse. But obviously, when we are talking matchup advantage, like right now, we can see that not a full dex on that bishop from Clash of Clans, and also a couple of hits, so significant amount of health has been lost. Obviously, still at this pace, I would say that Clash of Clans is still absolutely set to win this, because he finishes his fight in, what, 40 seconds? 44 seconds, whereas Omega Sentinel also has lost some of her health. And then on top of it all, the fight is nowhere close to be over, and nonetheless, but this is kind of like a very good example of, had he brought in a solid Penny counter and gotten that Penny down in approximately a minute or so, he could have potentially gotten the round 1. It might not necessarily be the smart play, but you never know how badly your opponents do mess up, and things like that do happen. And here, by the looks of it, we are slowly moving to a timeout, especially considering that Mega Sentinel's damage also in large part does come from Incinerates, unless you are playing against mutant champions, and obviously Penny Parker is Incinerate immune. So this is definitely not a great matchup, and this was never going to work, so it definitely was a throw. 10 seconds remain there. Nothing, you know, too impressive should be happening there. And yeah, that's just timeout, and the dub goes to Clash of Clans in round 1. Let's see if Triple U can make a comeback, however. Because his back is against the wall. He lost the round 1. So he is basically in a must-win scenario here. If he loses the next round, that's it. Triple U goes home packing, missing out on top 8. But let's see how we're going to do here. So we have Domino against Nick Fury, and we have Kitty Pryde against Korg. Clash of Clowns, Kitty Pryde versus Korg, Domino. And again, this is one of those situations where, again, on paper, if I had to put my money, I would put on Kitty Pryde being faster against Korg than Domino will be against Nick Fury. Both of the fights, however, do involve moderate amounts of risks. You never know what is going to happen. Nick Fury can throw his level 1 and in opportune moment. Korg obviously can always that fight go a bit sideways, but let's see how it goes down here. So far, both players are, fighting well. No meaningful amounts of lost health. However, here Kitty Pryde gets smacked, and this is again that exact situation that I was talking about. Even though I fully believe that Kitty Pryde can and should be quicker. Kitty Pryde should be quicker against Korg than Domino against Nick Fury. You never know when mistakes are made, and you never know how this is going to turn out. Question is, will Triple U finish the fight out fast enough in order to capitalize on this mistake from Clash of Clowns? And then obviously the following question is almost as simple as well, whether that will be enough for him to make a comeback, because Clash is up 2-0 here overall. Clowns is doing his best to salvage his fight in order to deal with the last 30% of Korg's health. However, here we can see Nick Fury is already in the second life as well, and health bar battle definitely is going to go in the favor of Domino, absent any more mistakes. This is a very good level 2, 3 bleeds, and that alone should finish the fight. Still not the fastest Domino Nick Fury fight, but it is definitely going to be enough here, because we obviously see Domino at nearly 90% health. However, Kitty Pryde finishes only at 46. So Triple U takes round 2, it goes to round 3. Again, this is still a must-win round for Triple U. If he loses this one, Clash of Clowns takes the match and also takes the ticket to top 8. So here we see Wong on defense as well as Havoc. Now this is going to be an interesting race yet again, and we have unduped Tigra and unduped Kitty Pryde. So who has the edge here? If the Tigra was awakened, I would 100% bet on Tigra to win this fight. I have done Havocs with Tigra. It's definitely doable fights, not too hard. You just bet down heavies, push Havoc to level 2. Happy days, happy life. With Penny Parker, I haven't fought against Wong, but presumably it ought to be your standard special 1, special 2, nuke down, happy life. So let's see how it works out. Here, Clash of Clowns has activated his first level 1, gotten his first sense on out of the 2. And unfortunately, it did look like Havoc there through his level 1, so he will have to deal with that plasma detonation, and that hurts immediately. That is exactly why you do not want Havoc to throw level 1 under any circumstances, because it pretty much automatically means that you will have to deal with plasma. And there's another mistake in spacing, unfortunately. Clash of Clowns eats a couple of hits. And Wong here is starting to prove himself difficult, but let's see whether this level 2 is going to be enough. Those 14 incinerates are doing quite a lot of damage, but the problem with Penny is if that level 2 doesn't finish, then those last couple of percents can be quite detrimental. And Tiger is still faster than Penny, however, that one detonation and a couple of hits there is enough for the score difference. And again, if Triple U does clutch out a win here, and we are going to be moving into match number 4 in between these guys. Can Triple U even out the score? Now, here's the thing where I do not even want to move my mouse because I don't want to know how long time is remaining in this video, so I don't start guessing whether we have 1 or 2 more matches here. Right, however, new drafts, and it looks like they have a Nick off. Each of them places Nick Fury, and let's see who will have the winning strategy with dealing that Nick Fury. Seems that Triple U has decided to go with Domino, and Clash of Clowns is going with Kitty. And in situations like this, it's quite impossible to guess, because both of them are taking on Nick Fury. One of the Nick Furies seemingly has extra 20k health. I suspect it could be due to the mastery difference. But the obvious important thing is, what is going to be the Domino's RNG here? Because we can say that Kitty Pryde is going to be fast, and Kitty Pryde can definitely be faster than Domino with mediocre or bad RNG. At the same time, Domino with good RNG can potentially outpace Kitty Pryde 100%. And that is also not to even mention the possibility of errors on the either side. Because Nick's fights, you know, even though we are all getting more and more experience fighting Nick, they can always still go wrong. With Nick's AI being passive, with Nick throwing a level 1 and an inopportune moment with a missed intercept. Who knows? At the moment, however, we can see that Kitty Pryde is ahead in this fight, because Clash of Clowns is already finishing out the fight with this level 2, yes, whilst Triple U has recently only destroyed Life Model Decoy, and that Nick is still slowly ticking away. And he does get a decent sized level 2, however, unfortunately no bleeds there. And Clash of Clans did make no errors, so there we go. Kitty does do this fight faster, and in my opinion also somewhat safer if you are confident using Kitty. And it is not a major surprise that Clash of Clans take this round. Also, Triple U gets clapped a bit at the end of the match. Obviously, it didn't really make a difference here anymore because Kitty finished it plenty fast. And now again, situation like this, it is getting threatening to Triple U because he yet again is in a must-win scenario. Whereas if Clash of Clans wins the next round, he advances. So you can feel how stressful it must be to play under these conditions, because this is the second game in a row where, again, pretty much immediately Triple U is in a must-win situation. We yet again have Bishop against Korg. However, we also have Massacre against Dr. Doom, and this is going to be very interesting because Massacre can certainly do Dr. Doom fight fast if you are playing well. It is, however, fight that is not straightforward. It does require quite high level of play, and there is definitely fairly big room for error. And a difficulty level, I would say that taking Dr. Doom with Massacre is definitely harder than going up against Bishop using your Havoc. It's in its base very straightforward fight for Havoc, but let's see how it works out. We also obviously need to see what is going to be the crit RNG on those level 2s for Clash of Clowns. He's about to go for his first level 2 here. Suspect he got 40 some prowess, which is very nice. Does significant amount of damage, and then also enjoys the benefit of having 2k plus incinerate. However, we can see that at this point Massacre is steadily ahead in the health bar race. Massacre has 97% health, and Dr. Doom is melting away. At this point, he just needs to get up to his level 2. He immediately drops his seconds. But that last minute error there, for Bishop taking a slight bit of damage. 62 seconds, 61 seconds. So Oh no, Massacre was faster by 1 second, but that little bit of damage that Clash of Clans took proves to be a deciding factor. Man, this is exciting. This is close. These fights are razor thin at times, especially the previous round. And now let's see what's going to happen. We have Cersei being placed for Triple U to fight, and Clash of Clans is going to have to deal with Havoc. So we're going to have Clash of Clans using Archangel and Triple U using Man-Thing. And I think here it is quite obvious that speed advantage should be for the Archangel fight. The one thing that I am kind of afraid though is, pending on what RNG he's going to get with placing Neuros, is that he might have to end up taking a detonation from Havoc. But let's see. Let's see how it works out. No, he got his 2 Neuros on. But Havoc, oh no, that wasn't a level 1. Come on. Havoc doesn't want to get parried. Man, this Man-Thing underdog story, can Man-Thing outpace Archangel? I unfortunately don't think so, because obviously we can see that the glancing has triggered there, and Havoc did quite befittingly drop his own. Oof! However, detonation is on the corner. Oh, but the Cersei fight isn't going well either. Archangel has taken detonation, but Man-Thing has suffered damage as well, and Man-Thing is definitely behind in the health bar race against Cersei. Oh, what is happening here? This is tense, but Archangel, by the looks of it, is definitely going to take it. Yeah. Unfortunately, Cersei seals the deal for Triple U, and Cersei is such a spiteful champion to go up against. And for a brief moment, I thought that there is a chance. But no. Cersei just does Cersei things, and Cersei brings home the victory to Clash of Clans, evidently. So it means that Clash of Clans advances to the top 8 alongside Tabasco sauce. And we are going to have to wait and see which are going to be the players that join them. But here we go. Clash of Clans moves to top 8. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I said, I do have a few more of these coming, so stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, let me know how you like them. And I will see you guys soon. Laters. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about